The Nigerian political space has been agog with talk of Trump designating Nigeria as a country of particular concern and warning Nigeria of a possible invasion in Nigeria. And then there are talk of Trump allies urging Trump to divide Nigeria between the Muslim North and the Christian South. But what has gone under the radar is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu systematically dismantling Northern hegemony. You may like him, you may hate him. But one thing Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done so far since he became the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is that he is systematically dismantling 70 years of northern political dominance in Nigeria. This isn't just politics as usual. This is power restructuring happening in real time. Before we get into what Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing, let me remind you of something most Nigerians have conveniently forgotten. The North has, in quotes, owned Nigerian politics for 4 decades. We are talking about 40 years of control. Let me paint you the picture. From independence in 1960 till 1999, the North had an iron grip on the presidency, the military, and basically every power structure in this country. They resumed that same dominance when late President Muhammadu Buhari became president from 2015 to 2023. And you know what they did with all that power? Absolutely nothing to develop their own region. Think about it. The North controls nearly 40% of Nigeria's population. That's not just vote, that's leverage, that's power. They've used this for years to hold the entire country ransom. Whenever a southern president gets into power, the North will start with their demand. Give us this, give us that. Respect the North, respect our numbers. This is nothing but extortion wrapped in political tradition. But here is the thing. They didn't use this dominance to build industries in the North. They didn't build schools, factories, or middle class that could compete on merit. They built a system of control based purely on population numbers. And for decades, it worked. Governors came, governors went, but the system remained. President rotated, but the North veto power, that was permanent until Tinubu showed up. Before we go into details of what Tinubu has done so far, let me give you what happened recently. On October 24, 2025, President Tinubu made a massive military reshuffle. New Chief of Defense Staff, new Army Chief, new Navy Chief, new Air Force Chief, all changed just like that. This came right after rumors of a coup attempt, right after 16 military officers were supposedly detained for plotting against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, the government denied the coup attempt. They said the reshuffle was just routine. But you know what that means? That is damage control speaking. The coup attempt on Bola Ahmed Tinubu government made him to move fast. Tinubu did not hesitate, and he sent a message. My government isn't fragile. I'm the one in charge. And if you don't like it, there is the door. But here is where it gets really interesting, and this is the part that is breaking the northern political establishment. The new service chief, the military hierarchy, is being diversified. No longer is it a northern dominated security apparatus. The balance has shifted. And to the northern political class, they are seeing this as a catastrophe. Why? Because for decades, the military, historically dominated by northern officers, was their insurance policy. It was their leverage. According to them, their mindset, even if they lose elections, they still have the gun. Tinubu just snatched away that insurance policy from them, and they know it. Now let us see the real strategy behind what Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing, because it is not just about the military. Watch the appointment, follow the money, follow the project. Senator Ali Ndume from Borno South has been screaming about this for months. He went public with receipts, comparative data, project allocation spreadsheet, proof that the Southwest is getting the lion's share of government contracts, infrastructural projects, and ministerial positions. The Southwest got more appointments, more projects, more resources. And you know what? Northern politicians are mad about it. They are furious, but here is the thing, they can't do much about it because Tinubu has something they never had. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has an actual power based outside of just voting numbers. The North power was always about population. We have more people, so we could rule. That is it. That is their whole strategy. But Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he came in with something different. He came in with money, influence, a media apparatus, and a political network that spanned from Lagos to the south and even to some part of the north. Northern politicians are used to throwing their weight around. The north will not allow this. The north demand this. But Tinubu, he's literally saying the north demands are noted. And that ends it all. He's ignoring them, and better yet, he's working. Because here is what Northern elite miscalculated. They thought once Tinubu became president, he would bow to Northern pressure like every other Southern president before him. Instead, Bola Ahmed Tinubu did the opposite. He's telling the North, I appreciate your vote, but this is my administration, and I'm running it for my people. The South deserve development too. The South deserve opportunities. And some of those will come from the Southwest because that is where I'm from. And that's where my political base is. It is naked, it is unapologetic, and it is terrifying to the Northern establishment. And the most annoying aspect to all of this, to the Northerners, is that Tinubu doesn't actually need the North to win in 2027. And the North knows this. That is why they are panicking. Now let me explain this thing. In 2023, Tinubu got 8.7 million votes and won. But he lost in some key northern states. But he still won the election. Now fast forward in 2025. Where are we now? Mass defections everywhere. There are waves of massive defection from all over the country into APC, from the south and the southeast and even some part of the north. The south is consolidating behind Tinubu. Meanwhile, in the north, there is a power struggle. There is division. No clear alternative. Atiku is damaged. El-Rufai is sidelined. The north is fractured. They are looking towards Mr. Peter Obi to give them a leverage to defeat Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Tinubu has turned Nigerian politics upside down. For 40 years, the North strategy was simple. Unite internally, leverage population numbers, make demand of the South. But Tinubu's strategy is also simple. Build a South to Southwest coalition. Make it a Southern alliance. And it is working. As it stands now, you can't use population numbers as leverage when the South start voting as a bloc. The North's only advantage was that the South was divided. Southern presidents were always desperate for Northern vote and Northern approval. Tinubu, he doesn't need Northern approval. He's written off the hardline North and is betting on population shift, elite defection, and growing dissatisfaction with Northern-dominated politics among Southern voters. As it stands now, if Peter Obi is not on the ballot, if Atiku Abubakar is on the ballot, millions of people will love to vote for Bola Ahmed Tinubu than vote for another Northerner. It is genius and it is cold. The North will never admit it, but they are watching their relevance die in real time. Because if the South votes as one in 2027, the North cannot stop Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You may think that the military reshuffle that Bola Ahmed Tinubu did was just a normal reshuffling. No, it means a lot. For almost 60 years, Nigerian military has been a northern institution. Not officially, but culturally. When coup happened in Nigeria, they had a northern fingerprint. And I'm not being tribal here. This is documented history. So the North unspoken understanding was, if civilians get out of line, if a southern president tried to sideline us, we have the military. It is why Tinubu service chief reshuffle is so significant. By moving all the top military brass at once, Tinubu did three things. 1. He removed any military officers who might have been sympathetic to a coup. He cleaned the house. 2. He signaled to the world that he controls the gun, not some faction, not some northern bloc. Him, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. 3. He diversified the military leadership in a way that breaks the northern lock on the institution. That alleged coup attempt that we're all talking about, whether it was real or a political move, it gave Tinubu perfect cover to do a massive purge without it looking like a tribal favoritism. As it stands now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu can say, I am strengthening the security, I am removing conspirators. These are national security decisions. But everybody knows what it really is. It is power consolidation. It is Tinubu saying to the North, your insurance policy is gone. And without that insurance policy, the North has lost its teeth. They can complain, they can make noise, but they can't move, they can't bite, they can't threaten, because the military, historically their ace card, is no longer in their pocket. Tinubu owns the military now, and that changes everything in Nigerian politics. A lot of persons have been asking if Bola Ahmed Tinubu is dividing Nigeria into the North and South. The truth is Nigeria was already divided. It is not a new thing. The North-South divide has existed since colonial times. Different religion, different cultures, different economic system. What Tinubu is doing isn't creating a divide. He's acknowledging it. For 40 years, the North had power and used it to suppress the visibility of this divide. Northern politicians said, we are all one nation. Vote for us. Respect our numbers. And the Southern politicians comply. They acted like the divide didn't exist. They begged for Northern approval. They play nice. Tinubu is playing absolutely different. He's saying, yay, the North and South are different. And guess what? Right now, it is a Southern turn. Tinubu is redistributing power from North to South. That is not division. That is a transfer of power. And the North sees it as an existential threat because they are not used to being out of power. They are used in being in power and being able to threaten coup and instability if they don't get what they want. But when you are out of power, you can't threaten coup. You can't hold the country ransom with population numbers. So yeah, Tinubu is breaking Northern dominance. He's shifting power to the South. And in a fractured country like Nigeria, that is significant. This is why you see Northern politicians desperate. They are making calls. They are organizing. They are talking about Northern unity and 2027 strategies. How do you want to come back again after 8 years of President Muhammadu Buhari? It is all their desperation to get back into power because Bola Ahmed Tinubu is taking everything they once hold dearly. The North only card was vote for us, else we will cause chaos. We will use the military. We will destabilize the country. But you can't play that card when the military president controls the military. And you can't threaten instability when you are not the one holding the gun anymore. So the North has been neutralized, not violently, not through coup or civil war, but through politics, through consolidating the South, through controlling the security apparatus. This does not mean that I'm supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu for 2027. But if Mr. Peter Obi will not be on the ballot, if Peter Obi cannot win the election to become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, then Bola Ahmed Tinubu should continue. Tinubu destroying Northern hegemony does not mean that it is good for Nigeria. It is not good for Nigeria. This is a problem. If we are moving from Northern dominance to Southern dominance, we are not actually solving anything. We are just moving the corrupt center around. Nigerian politics is zero-sum. It is tribal. It is extractive. It is about winning and looting, not about governing and building. So when the North dominated, they extracted resources and sent them north. Now the South is dominating. They are extracting resources and sending them south. That is not progress. That is just replacing one corrupt system with another corrupt system. What Nigeria needs is a system where resources go to the people based on need and merit, not based on what region you come from. The real solution to all of this will be federalism, through devolution of power. Every region takes care of itself. No central extraction. No North-South zero-sum game. But Tinubu isn't doing that. He's just winning the game instead of changing the game. But however, we must acknowledge what Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done. He has done something unprecedented. Destroying the Northern hegemony, that is kudos to him. I am Avalanche Media, and I bring the truth like an avalanche. Fast, heavy, and unstoppable. Stay informed, stay vigilant, stay ready. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.